Hello children, I hope that you people are doing fine there at home. It's your teacher MACKENROE, and today I will be teaching you the poem The Ant and the Cricket. Okay, it's the first poem in your text. So I want you all to take out your books and then along with a notepad and a pen, so that you can write down whatever I'll be teaching you today. And more importantly, if you missed some of my slides or some of my presentation over there, so you can take out your mobile phone and then just take the snapshot of it, and then you can just read them, study them later. Okay? So before going to start the poem, The Ant and the Cricket, I just have to tell you and explain you that this kind of poems are actually adapted from the Aesop's fables. Aesop's fables. Okay. Aesop. Actually, Aesop is the person who used to narrate such kind of poem. Okay. Those poems are called fables. Let me tell you what is fable first of all. Fable. F-A-B-L-E. Fable means which is not true. You can say fiction. Okay. This gentleman, Aesop, used to narrate stories like that which were not true. And most importantly, he used to characterize those animals who could talk and who could speak. Aesop was a Greek, and we don't have much information about Aesop, but he was a person who used to narrate stories which were supposed to be not true. Like you must have read and studied many of the poems or stories like that. I just want to show you all those stories, short stories that you must have gone through. It's coming onto your screen. Stop करो. Abhishek, थोड़ा सा बेटा stop करो. So, as you could see right now on the screen, that there are various fable story which Aesop must have narrated, and some of them, I think, if you remember, stories of crow, sometimes stories of fox and all. So I mean, like such kind of stories which are completely based on fiction, they are not true. And the animals could talk like person, like human being. So such type of narration could be done, was done by Aesop. So as you can just see like right now on the screen, so those which are on the screen right now, they actually explain that what kind of work or what kind of narration Aesop used to do. Okay, so let me just go ahead with the reading of the poem. I guess that you have brought your book already. Okay, so turn to the poem. The name of the poem which I have already told you, The Ant and the Cricket. So the first one, the first line before that, a fable is a story, often with animals as characters, that conveys a moral. This poem about an ant and a cricket contains an idea of far-reaching significance, which is as true of a four-legged cricket as of two-legged one. Surely you have seen a cricket that has two legs. Okay, in the poem, it's about the ant. Okay, most of you are knowing that insect, ant, smaller one, the tiny one, the tiniest creature on earth, actually, an ant. And about the cricket, it's on your screen right now. Okay, that usually make the chirping sound in the evening whenever you are inside your house. You could hear them making that chirp sounds. Yeah, those insects actually. So it's about the ant and the cricket, and how the cricket is trying to borrow from the miserly or miser ant. Okay, so let me just read the first stanza of the poem. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Okay. Here, in this poem, cricket is actually completely in shock right now. The problem with that is that he did not collect foods for the winter. And despite doing that, what the cricket was doing? He was just dancing and playing all the time, and he never collected the food for himself. So that is the problem. He is just saying that what's going to happen to me if I don't have food? Because whenever he tries to open his cupboard in his house, he finds nothing, not even a crumb of food. Okay? So crumb, let me just tell you the meaning of all those difficult words. The first one is fable, as I told you in the beginning, but again I'm telling you, it's on the screen right now. Fable is fiction, which is not true. Okay? Let's move on to this next one also. The next word, which is coming on your screen, it's actually about accustom. Okay? What is accustom? It's the person which is used to. A habit, you would say. Okay? That's called accustom. And then the next one, spring. Any idea what is spring? It's the name of one of the seasons. All right? Yeah. And then after that, summer. That is coming onto your screen also. Gay. The meaning of gay is happy, happiness. Crumb. Some pieces of food which are left. And that was the problem with the cricket, because he did not even find crumb of food which he could have collected and they would have consumed them. Okay. Starvation. What is the meaning of starvation? Whenever, if someone is feeling damn hungry, or you would say extremely hungry, that's called starvation. For example, you would say, I am starving, I need something to eat right now. So that's called starvation. Famine. Famine is actually extreme shortage of food. You don't have food. Actually, you will be going hungry if you don't have food. So that's called famine. Dripping. Okay, you could see that on your screen right now. The picture, it shows the water dripping. Okay? Trembling. Whenever you're feeling cold, you start shivering. That's called trembling. Miserly. The one who is really stingy. You know the meaning of stingy? Miser. The meaning of miser is again, the person who is just really taking care of his wealth, money, etc. He doesn't want to spend it. He just wants to keep it. So such people are called miser. Okay. I hope that all of those difficult words meaning are clear to you. Let me just check if there is anything left. Okay, quote. Quoth. And the meaning of that is, it's an old English word, which means to say or said. The next one is hastily. It's there on your screen right now. What is the meaning of that? Quickly or hurriedly. Wicket. Some kind of window or some kind of door which could be, lifted. Folks Obviously, I mean, like your friend, or you could say, I mean, like the members of the family, your well-wishers, okay? A group of people, you could say that. Warrant is to guarantee, okay? Now, you have seen that, you have heard that what is it all about right now? As I have read the first stanza for you, it's clear that the insect cricket is dying to eat something because he could not collect enough food. Not even enough food, he did not collect any crumb, you would say. He did not find any. And the winter season started. And that was the reason why he was suffering. So, let me just tell you the summary of this poem, okay? And later on I will read the second stanza as well as the third one as well. Actually, here, as I told you, that time when the cricket was not collecting food because he was dancing, singing all the time. And the result of that is that he was not having food. So what did he do, you know? He just went straight to the ants and he told them, begged them that he needs some food. And you know what these ants said to him? Never. We can't give you food. See, we are the people who don't want to give and who don't borrow. Okay? The meaning of borrow is coming there on your screen. So the ants are clearly saying that, see, Mr. Cricket, we don't lend or we don't borrow. We used to do hard work. When we were doing that thing, during the summer, what you were doing? You were simply roaming about and then singing and dancing. Why you were doing that? We were not doing that thing. We were not roaming about, we were not singing songs, we were not dancing. We were collecting food. You can see my entire clans over there. They are still loading some foods right now, even though it's winter. So, again, the cricket was saying, please ants, understand my problem. I won't do it again. What's the point? The ants were saying. What's the point saying that? You are used to it, you are accustomed to sing. So definitely you'll be doing that. You cannot deny that. That is your habit. You'll be singing, you'll be dancing. So just do one thing right now, Mr. Cricket. You dance the winter away. And let's see what would be coming for you. So after the cricket heard from the ants, he just decided to go home and he started dancing in the winter. So you could say that you used to hear the chirp sound of the cricket during the winter. So that is a summary of this poem. Let me just continue with the second stanza so that you could enjoy it. And remember, whenever you are reciting the poem, it has to be in rhyming, okay, in rhymes like that, so that the person whom you are narrating the poem, whenever you're reciting the poem, should be enjoying it as well. Okay, the second stanza. At last, by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant to see if, to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. Says the ant to the cricket, I'm your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not I. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay, You sang, sir, you say. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this a fable, I'll warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs, and some have 2. So, as I told you the summary, now you must have understood. Okay? You must have understood that what kind of the life of cricket and he was facing. Right? So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that whenever we are happy, we should not forget that also that we had gone through the hard times. When we are happy, we have to remember that the so-called happiness has been given by the omnipotent, the God. And sometimes when we are happy, we just completely forget the God. Why we do that? Because we are extremely happy. But whenever we are sad, what do? We try to worship or remember the God, right? You shouldn't be doing it, kids, because it's more important. Whenever we are happy or sad, we have to remember the Almighty God, which actually makes us, create us. So that's the story. And one more thing also regarding the moral of the story, moral of the poem, that you have to work hard. There won't be anybody who will be coming for you and say that, okay, I will do that for you. No. It's you that you have to come up. It's you who has to work hard. And actually you will see the result. It's going to be fruitful. This is how the cricket is suffering right now. Because at the time of his happiness, he was not concerned about the future, whether he has to go and collect foods. But when the situation arrived, when the situation occurred, the situation of what? When he was starving, he was not able to find a crumb of food. The reason of that is that he was not at all concerned about the future. So, as human being, that conveys that also to us, that we have to think about tomorrow. You cannot finish off everything today, but you try to be happy today. You have to live your present, and you have to expect for tomorrow. Hope for the good, hope for the best. This is actually the complete moral of the story, or poem you would say, beautifully done by Aesop, okay, one of the Greek philosopher. Now you could see that on your screen right now. He was born actually the 620 BC, before Christ. Okay, that is also unclear, but that information I have collected. So he is a philosopher who used to narrate or write such stories, short stories. According to him, if animals start speaking or start talking like human beings, then imagine about human beings that how they will be performing in the life. Meaning, if animals are having problem, as now we could see that the cricket was facing problem as he was starving to death. It shows that there are certain people, various people also who are starving like that. Those who are unnecessarily spending, unnecessarily having a lot of fun, but actually which is actually not necessary at all, right? So it's actually for those people, for such people. Okay, and there are poor people also who are starving. Who is looking after them? Yeah, so the thing is that work hard, believe in yourself, and believe in God. That is actually the motive and the moral of this poem. Yep, so let's move on to the question answer of that one. The first question of the poem is, the cricket says, "Oh, what will become of me?" When does he say it and why? Okay, that is coming to your screen right now. Take the snapshot of it. The question is there and the answer is also given. If you could write that, you can write it, right? The answer is coming right now. It's actually on the screen. The second one, find in the poem the lines that means the same as neither a borrower nor a lender be. Shakespeare in bracket. You know, that's a famous statement or the line which was told or which was narrated by Mr. William Shakespeare. Okay? Neither a borrower nor a lender be. So now you could see that on the screen and the answer. What is your opinion of the AND's principles? Just note it. It's on the screen. The third one. The ant tells the cricket to dance the winter away. Do you think the word dance is appropriate here? If so, why? The last one, the fourth one. Which lines in the poem express the poet's comment? Read them aloud. You have to do it by yourself. See, as I read them to you right now, okay? You have to do it. And you could do that in front of the mirror because you will see yourself that how you're reading it. You have to read it aloud and do it in front of the mirror or something like that. You know, it's really impressive whenever you do that. Okay, the last one. Write the comments in your own words. You can do that. You can write your own comments on the poem, the ant and the cricket, and the struggling of the cricket. So that's it, children, for today. I think we just do the recap. Okay, let me just do it again, the recap. Fable. The meaning of that is there on the screen also. Accustom. Summer. Spring. Crumb. Winter. Famine. Starvation. Dripping. Trembling. Miserly. Quoth. Hastily. Warrant. Folks. Okay? Those have come to your screen. I hope that you have noted them down. So that was a beautiful work of Aesop. So I hope that you have enjoyed it. We shall meet in the next class with the second lesson of the text. And it's the tsunami. And that's going to be quite interesting. Whenever children remember that, I'm always telling that to you. Whenever I'm here, when I'm teaching to you, so just keep that in your mind that you are ready with your book, all right, and with a notepad and pen so that you can write them and try to read also, okay? Whenever it's about poem or prose, you just have to read them aloud so that you'll be having that kind of reading, you know, the reading habit. And you would be listening to yourself that how you are pronouncing those words also, because here the main important part is the pronunciation. If your pronunciation is cool, if it is nice, then the person who is listening to you right in front of you is going to enjoy your talk, is going to enjoy your speaking. So till then, hashtag stay safe, stay home, and keep healthy.